Alright, so it's been a few days since my last video. Ah. What's up guys, it's Drobbaaa here, and I am finally back with another video today with a pal over here, and he is... Yeah. My bad. Yeah, so shit happened basically, and I've been sitting on this video for a while now, and I finally got around to doing it, so I thought I'd just do something with your day kind of thing. So as you can tell by the title, this is just going to be a video about my top albums of the year. Nothing fancy, nothing special. So like basically, if it was released in 2019, it's eligible. So honourable mentions go to Jidim by Rings of Saturn, because that was just a banger of an album, but didn't quite make the cut. It's basically like deathcore, aliencore style, like mad sweep shreds, like brutal vocals, fast paced. Like I don't care if they use triggers or anything. It was just ridiculous, but nothing super stood out on the album as much as some of the ones like to come. Jesus Christ, I haven't done this in a while. Another one is Nina by Tech9. It's basically just like one of my favourite rappers out there. Him and Hopsin just are the tits essentially, and his flow is just impeccable. I mean, he's just been killing it since I was a wee babby essentially, and it just didn't quite make the cut, but I thought I'd put it in there just in case. Right, so like basically onto the main meal, and first proper album we've got is the Battle of Yaldabaoth. I can't pronounce it, screw it, whatever. It's by Infinite Annihilator, the newest album, and a very late entry into my favourite albums of the year. Only really had heard of them for a while, but never really probably got into them, and all of a sudden I hear this album, but it's just an insane album. Like, it's got ridiculously like machine gun drums, again on the similar vein of Rings of Saturn essentially. Vocally, it's just Dickie he's like a god. Like honestly, he just goes in. There's like Gollum style vocals. He's got it all up and down the range, the speed. Like guitar is it's just brutal, and it goes in lyrically pretty dark and sick and twisted and stuff. But it's just almost funny. It's comical because they're not actually really a serious band. Well, they can seriously play, but don't think they take themselves as seriously as other maybe deathcore bands or whatever you want to call them would. Like, it's literally just nonsense. Like again, I've said don't care if they use triggers or they edit stuff. It's just like pure nonsense. Basically feels like you're legging it around and you're going crazy, and it's just so fun to listen to essentially. It's two standout songs from the album. Definitely have to be the intro track, Child Chewer, which is just balls to the wall heavy, and then you've also got Impusa, Queen of the Damned, which there's a vocal line in that where it just sounds like Gollum, and it's just absolutely insane. Like I can't praise it enough. So like basically next up we've got Hollywood's Bleeding by Post Malone, which is a huge contrast compared to the last album I was talking about. But basically I just think that Posty's sick. I think he's genuinely talented, and for some reason I think he's just different to most of the artists in that kind of genre area these days. Don't know why, because he does a lot of the same stuff, but maybe it's also because he is a metalhead as well. Like, he likes Infinite Annihilator and stuff like that, and he just seems like a sound guy to just chill with. Like, I would want to go to Spoons and have a quick bev with him or something, but it's just such a good album, like start to finish. Loads of featured artists, and like it's got so many cool different people on it. It's not just like one genre, because he's also got like Ozzy Osbourne on the song Take What You Want From Me, and it's got a sick guitar solo in it, and I'm like, it just everything works. Like obviously I like the bangers like Goodbyes, 1,000 Bad Times, all that kind of stuff, or Sunflower, but I don't know, I thought it was a pretty damn good album, especially broke up all the heavy shit that I was listening to throughout the year. Third entry on the list is How It Feels to Be Lost, and that's by Sleeping with Sirens. And this one flew under my release radar mainly because I just didn't dig their last album that much, so I wasn't really paying attention. And then it was a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, and all of a sudden this was just on my suggested stuff, and I went, hang on a minute, let's give it a little go. And I'm really glad I did, because obviously it's now one of the top albums of the year, because Kellen's got a very distinct voice, and like you know exactly who it is as soon as you listen to it. And the album goes in and talks about lots of issues like mental health and just like the trouble, especially Kellen's gone through the past few years, and it's a personal issue for me as well. I can empathise with that because I hold it quite close to myself. I may make a video about that later on, but right now it's all about the music thing. Songs like the title track and Leave It All Behind, again, deal with the mental health kind of side of things, and they're just really solid. It's just a solid album. I can't like really do it much justice from start to finish. It's got enough of the old school kind of vibes that you'd have with some of the screams and some of like the a bit heavier or like more, I don't want to say emo, but you know, that kind of shit. But it also still has like more upbeat stuff, and the Ghost as well is just a fantastic song because it just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds, and all of a sudden you've just got this like epic thing, just like building right to the end. It was like a really sick payoff. So I would definitely say it's like probably the best album they've done, if not maybe on par with like some of the early stuff. But again, definitely a solid entry for number 3. 2 more left, and this one is, I'm going to basically just wax lyrical about Disguise by Motionless in White. This album just snuck up on me out of nowhere because I was not really listening to them as much as I used to when I was younger, and then I heard the album previously about a couple months ago. I listened to the album before, like Graveyard Shift I think it was, and I was like, alright, this is pretty sick. And then definitely evolved, they've grown, like it's still been a solid band but not changed too much, and then all of a sudden this album just comes out of nowhere and I'm like, oh, let's give it a shot. Like I said, they've definitely evolved as a band, and it feels like they found their sound and like their who they want to be. And again, it deals with like issues like mental health problems and like struggling with your identity, especially like the vocalist Chris has been talking about, struggling with finding his identity and who he feels he should be and other people think he should be. And songs like Disguise and Holding On to Smoke, so they're two of probably my standout songs on the whole album, again with like catharsis as well. I mean, I can't really do it justice, so I'm gonna be leaving links to all like albums or songs or standout ones in the description so you can all like listen to them. But again, I think they've definitely found like their sound, like they've evolved. It's probably their most complete and even possibly the best album to date. Finally, we come to the Big Daddy, the album I've been waiting for 7 years for, and that's Shaped by Fire by metalcore riff masters As I Lay Dying. So basically, after the vocalist Tim was released from prison in 2016, I think it was, for just basically being a massive weapon, trying to hire a hitman to kill his ex-wife because he was roided up and just basically being a numpty. It didn't work out because I think the guy turned out to be like an undercover policeman or something, so he got put in jail. So he goes away and then he comes back, gets out in 2016, tries to and basically apologises to everybody, gets the band back together, and he's just like let's just make this sick thing. It's basically just going to gloss over all that drama because it's kind of pointless like now, but essentially we waited for 7 years and it did not disappoint, because essentially it's just one big like apology album and kind of talking about, you know, how sorry he is and how he's like a changed man, and like how to better yourself and how to just come back from such like stupid stuff or big mistakes. Songs like Shaped by Fire, the title track, just talk about how you can get back in after basically like being shaped by fire, literally like you go through all this hell and come out stronger at the end of it. As soon as you hear that first riff, you just go, yep, this is As I Lay Dying. This is the Kings. They're like top of the throne, like they're just top of the food chain, you know they've come straight back in. Then songs such as like Blinded, just honestly it's just the riffs, it's riffs, and Tim's vocals are just so much like better and more complete than they used to be. Not that they were bad before, but they just really slam on this album. So I could literally go on for ages about all the songs in the album because there's so many, because I do not skip a single one whenever they come out. But I might as well just leave like a playlist or something in the description just so you can see and listen to how good this album is. I just cannot like stress it enough. They've literally come back after 7 years, taking a dump on all the other bands that think they're better than them, and they just said, no, we've reclaimed our throne and we are the kings of metalcore. Yeah, so basically that's my list. Make of it what you will. Usually I do that thing where everyone's like, oh, subscribe and all that and plug the socials, but I can't be arsed. Just yeah, see you later, innit.